When you reach 70, every little thing about your body starts telling a story. Some people look at wrinkles, some focus on their posture. But what if I told you that your hands, yes, those very hands that have worked, cared, and carried your burdens, could reveal how long you will live after 70? I have seen it with my own eyes. Hands do not lie. They whisper secrets about your strength, your endurance, and the road ahead. Most people ignore them, but if you pay close attention, you will see what I mean. I have known men who had the grip of steel in their youth, only to find their fingers trembling in their later years. I have seen women whose hands once created wonders, but over time they lost their steadiness. And I have watched as those with strong, firm handshakes lived longer, while those with frail, shaky hands struggled through their final years. You might think this is just a coincidence, but science backs it up. Grip strength is not just about muscles. It is a window into your overall health. When your hands start to weaken, it is often a sign that your body is losing its resilience. Imagine you are 70 and you struggle to open a jar. You feel the frustration creeping in, not just because the lid is stuck, but because deep down you realize something has changed. Your hands used to be strong. They used to do everything for you. Now they hesitate. Now they fail you when you need them most. It is not just weakness. It is a warning. Weak grip strength is linked to heart disease, poor circulation, and even a higher risk of death. Your hands are like a clock ticking, reminding you that time is moving forward whether you like it or not. I remember an old friend of mine, Thomas, a hardworking man, spent his whole life building, fixing, doing. His hands were once calloused from years of labor, strong enough to carry anything. But when he turned 73, something changed. He started dropping things. He struggled to twist open bottles. At first, he laughed it off, said it was just old age playing tricks on him. But within a few years, he could barely lift his own groceries. His health declined rapidly. His body followed where his hands led. He passed away before 80. Then there was Margaret, a woman who never let go of her strength. Even in her late 70s, she would squeeze my hand with surprising force. She exercised. She kept moving. Her hands stayed strong, and so did she. She lived well past 90, still able to do things most people half her age could not. Her hands were a sign of her resilience. She knew it, and now I know it too. You might be wondering if it is too late to do anything about it. It is not. Your hands are still speaking to you. They are still giving you a chance. If they feel weak, do not ignore them. Start using them. Squeeze a stress ball. Lift light weights. Use them for more than just holding a remote. Every time you challenge your hands, you send a message to the rest of your body. You tell it to stay strong. You tell it to keep fighting. I have met people who scoff at this. They say, "It is just hands. What difference does it make?" But those same people, when their hands start failing them, feel the fear creeping in. They know something is slipping away. I have seen their eyes when they struggle to button a shirt. I have heard their frustration when they cannot grip a pen properly. They realize too late that their hands were telling them the truth all along. If you want to know where you stand, here is something you can try right now. Hold out your hand and squeeze it into a fist as hard as you can. Feel that strength. If it is weak, do not ignore it. That weakness is not just about your hand, it is about your future. And if your grip is strong, keep it that way. Do not let it fade. The moment you stop using your hands, they start to forget how to serve you. People often ask me if there is a way to turn back time. I tell them, no, but you can slow it down. Your hands are your best allies. They are the tools that have built your life. They are the bridge between your body and the world. Treat them well and they will reward you. Let them weaken and you will feel the weight of age much sooner than you expect. I know this because I have lived it. I have seen my own hands change. I have felt the struggle, the small betrayals of aging. But I have also fought back. I keep my hands moving. I grip, I squeeze, I push. And because of that, I am still here, still living, still holding on. You might think this is just another piece of advice, but it is more than that. It is a truth that too many people ignore until it is too late. Your hands are your lifeline. They tell you how much time you have left. Listen to them. Strengthen them. Because in the end, they are not just hands. They are the key to living well beyond 70. Now let's clear some common questions. What do shaky, stiff, or cold hands reveal about hidden health risks? I have lived long enough to know that the body is always speaking to us. The problem is that most people are not listening. They dismiss the little warnings, the small changes, the whispers of trouble before it turns into a storm. And one of the clearest signs the body gives is right in your hands. If your hands shake when they should be steady, if they stiffen when they should move freely, if they are always cold even when the rest of you feels warm, do not ignore it. These are not just minor annoyances. They are clues, signals, warnings that something deeper is going on inside. I have seen it in people around me. I have felt it in my own body. There was a time when my hands could carve wood, grip tools, lift heavy things without a second thought. But then I noticed a tremor, a small shake in my fingers when I held a cup. At first I told myself it was nothing, just nerves, just age playing tricks. But I knew better. I had seen it before. My own father's hands started shaking the same way before his health took a sharp turn. He ignored it. He called it old age. By the time he realized it was more, it was too late. Shaky hands are not just about getting older. Sometimes they are a sign that something inside is out of balance. It could be the nervous system sending signals when it should be silent. It could be the early whispers of Parkinson's disease, something I have seen take strong men and turn them fragile. It could be blood sugar levels rising and falling like waves, warning of diabetes creeping in. Or it could be something as simple as the body crying out for rest, for proper food, for care that has been ignored for too long. Then there are stiff hands. I have met people who wake up in the morning and struggle to make a fist. Their fingers do not move the way they should. Their joints feel locked, as if their own body is working against them. I have seen them try to button their shirts, frustration in their eyes as their hands refuse to cooperate. This is not just stiffness. It is often the body's way of signaling inflammation. It could be arthritis settling in, a condition that does not just affect the hands but can wear down the entire body over time. It could be circulation slowing, making it harder for the hands to stay flexible. Or it could be an autoimmune disease quietly taking hold, where the body starts fighting itself without warning. Cold hands tell a different story. I remember an old friend of mine, Henry, a strong man in his younger days. But as he got older, his hands were always cold. Even when he sat by the fire, even in the middle of summer, his fingers felt like ice. He laughed it off at first, saying it was nothing. But I knew better. Cold hands are often a sign that the blood is not flowing the way it should. It could mean the heart is not pumping as strongly as before. It could be a sign of poor circulation, where the blood struggles to reach the fingers the way it once did. It could even be a warning of something deeper, like Raynaud's disease, where the blood vessels tighten too much in response to cold or stress. I have learned that the hands do not lie. When they shake, when they stiffen, when they feel like ice, they are telling you something. The question is whether you will listen. Too many people wait until things get worse before they pay attention. They wait until their hands can no longer do the things they once loved. Until they struggle to write, to cook, to hold on to the people they care about. They wait until the problem spreads, until it reaches beyond the hands and into the rest of the body. I have seen people turn things around, though. I have seen those who took action when their hands gave them a warning. The ones who started moving more, who worked their fingers, stretched them, kept them active even when it hurt. The ones who paid attention to what they ate, cutting out the foods that caused inflammation, making sure their blood stayed strong and their nerves stayed steady. The ones who checked their heart, their blood sugar, their circulation before things got out of hand. It is not about fear. It is about awareness. Your hands are trying to tell you something. If they shake, do not brush it off. Find out why. If they stiffen, do not just accept it. Work to keep them moving. If they are cold, do not ignore it. Make sure your blood is flowing the way it should. The body always gives signs before the real trouble starts. And if you listen, if you act, if you do not wait until it is too late, you can keep your hands strong, steady, and warm for years to come. Are there cultural or lifestyle factors that determine how long your hands stay strong? I have lived long enough to see many things. I have seen hands that remain strong well into old age, gripping with the same firmness they had in youth. I have also seen hands that withered too soon, shaking, weak, unable to hold on to the simplest things. People often ask if this is just genetics, if some are simply born with stronger hands than others. But I have come to learn that it is not just the body you are given, it is the way you live, the way you use your hands, the habits you build, the culture you grow up in. These things shape how long your hands will stay strong. I have traveled to places where people work with their hands every day, where they weave, carve, build, cook, and carry. In these places, old men still grip tools with force. Old women still knead dough with power, their hands never forgetting how to move. It is not because they were born different. It is because their hands never stopped working. When you use your hands every day, when they are part of your life, they stay strong. But when you stop using them, when machines do all the work, when convenience takes over, that is when the hands start to weaken. I have seen it happen. In some cultures, movement is a way of life. People walk everywhere. They carry their groceries instead of pushing a cart. They use their fingers to prepare food instead of relying on machines. Their hands are constantly in motion, gripping, lifting, twisting. They do not think about it as exercise. It is just life. And because of that, their hands stay strong even when their hair turns gray. But in places where people sit all day, where everything is designed for ease, where hands rarely do more than swipe across a screen, I have seen strength disappear long before it should. There is something else I have noticed. The way people eat changes the way their hands feel. In cultures where food is fresh, where people eat what the land gives them instead of what comes in a package, their hands stay steady, their joints stay flexible. I have met men who work the fields their whole lives, their fingers thick and powerful even in their 70s. I have also seen those who lived on processed food, their hands swollen, their grip weak, their joints stiff with pain. The body can only give back what you put into it. If you feed it well, your hands will serve you well. But if you fill it with things that weaken it, your hands will be the first to suffer. Stress is another thing that wears the hands down. I have met people who have spent their lives worrying, always tense, always carrying their burdens in their hands. You can see it in the way they grip things too tightly, their fingers curling inward, even when they are at rest. Over time, this stress eats away at their strength. Their hands shake, their grip weakens, their fingers stiffen. But I have also met those who know how to release their worries, who use their hands not just to hold on to things, but to create, to express, to let go. Their hands stay open, flexible, free. I once knew a man named Joseph. He worked with wood his entire life, shaping it, carving it, bringing things to life with his hands. Even when he reached 80, his grip was firm, his fingers steady. He told me his secret was simple. He never stopped using his hands. He never let them forget their purpose. He also lived without rushing, without drowning in worry. He ate food he grew himself, food that kept his body strong. He never let modern comforts make him weak. His hands stayed as steady as his spirit. But I have also known men who lost their strength too soon, men who spent their lives behind desks, whose hands rarely did more than type on a keyboard. By the time they reached 60, their grip was weak. They struggled to open jars, to hold on to heavy things. Their hands had been trained for ease, not for work, and because of that, they faded too soon. It was not just age, it was the life they chose. Women, too, have shown me the power of lifestyle. I have met grandmothers who could still knead dough with force, who could carry baskets full of food without effort. Their hands never forgot their strength. I have also seen those who stopped using their hands, who let machines do everything for them. Their fingers became weak, their grip uncertain. They lost the connection between their hands and their strength. The truth is that culture and lifestyle decide how long your hands will serve you. If you live in a way that keeps them moving, if you feed them well, if you do not let stress steal their power, they will stay strong for decades. But if you let them rest too much, if you take the easy road, they will weaken before their time. I have seen it again and again, and I know that the choice is always in our hands. If your hands are already weak, what steps should you take immediately to improve longevity? I have lived long enough to know that the body will fight for you if you fight for it. I have seen people lose their strength, their grip fading, their hands becoming useless shadows of what they once were. I have also seen those who refused to accept weakness, who took action, who turned back the clock by sheer will and effort. If your hands are already weak, do not sit there and watch them get worse. Do not assume it is too late. The body can change. The hands can remember their strength if you give them a reason to. The first thing you must do is move them. Do not wait until they are completely useless before you try to fix them. Start now. Start small if you have to, but start. Squeeze something, anything. A soft ball, a rolled up towel, your own fingers pressed together. Feel the muscles working, even if they are weak, even if your fingers tremble. That movement is life. If you stop using your hands, they will forget how to serve you. The body only keeps what it needs. If you let your hands sit idle, the body will decide they are no longer necessary. And that is when true weakness begins. I remember an old friend, Richard, a strong man in his youth, but by the time he reached 70, his hands had lost their power. He could barely hold a cup without fear of dropping it. He told me he felt useless, like his hands were betraying him. I told him to fight back. Every morning he started squeezing a rubber ball. At first it felt like nothing, but he kept at it. Day after day his grip improved. After a few months he could open jars again. He could grip his walking stick with confidence. His hands had not given up on him. They were just waiting for him to remind them what they were capable of. Stretching is just as important as strength. If your hands are stiff, if your fingers struggle to bend, you must loosen them before they lock up completely. Open and close your hands slowly. Spread your fingers wide, then bring them together. Rotate your wrists in circles, letting the joints remember how they are supposed to move. Do this every day, even when you do not feel like it. Stiffness is a slow thief. It sneaks in when you are not paying attention. The only way to stop it is to move against it. What you put into your body matters too. I have seen people crippled by arthritis, their fingers swollen, their joints aching, believing it is just bad luck. But I have also seen some of those same people change their diet and regain the use of their hands. Cut out the things that bring inflammation. Too much sugar, processed food, anything that makes your body swell from the inside. Eat what nature provides: nuts, fish, vegetables, things that keep your joints healthy and your blood flowing. The hands need fuel just like the rest of the body. Give them the right kind and they will serve you well. Do not forget the importance of warmth. Cold hands are weak hands. If your fingers are always freezing, if they ache in the cold, it means your blood is not flowing the way it should. Keep them warm. Rub them together often. Soak them in warm water. Wear gloves when needed. Get your blood moving with light exercises that involve your whole body. Blood is life and your hands need their share. Then there is the mind. I have met people who gave up on their hands long before their hands gave up on them. They stopped trying, convinced themselves it was hopeless. But I have also met those who refused to accept weakness. I knew a woman, Margaret, who was nearly 80 when her hands began to fail her. She had always been a painter, but her fingers had become too weak to hold a brush. Instead of giving up, she trained herself to grip again. She started with thicker brushes, easier to hold. Slowly, she worked her way back. It took her months, but she did not stop. One day I saw her painting again, her hands shaking slightly but still creating beauty. She did not let weakness take her away from what she loved. If your hands are already weak, you must take action now. Do not wait. Do not make excuses. Move them, strengthen them, stretch them, feed them well, keep them warm, and most of all, do not lose faith in them. The body will serve you as long as you show it that you still need it. Hands are more than just tools. They are a part of who you are. Treat them with care, and they will remain strong for as long as you are willing to fight for them. If you liked today's discussion, don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated with every video we release. And yes, don't forget to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. Every comment is special to us. Your feedback helps us improve further. We'll continue to meet you in every new video on this channel, so until next time, take care.